Hi everyone. We're going to take a look at Chapter 1, page 26 in this video. Let's take a look at Example F. Finally, we have something in the key signature. We have two sharps, F sharp and C sharp, which would indicate D major, and in this case, it actually is. We start on the note D, we end on the note D. We're in 4/4 time. This is for the right hand. So I'm going to write some of that information in D major, key of D. And let's figure out our fingerings. Again, we're going to look for the lowest note and the highest note. And if we look over it, we'll see that the lowest note is the D and the highest note is an A. Which means we're just going to be in D position. So you can see my right hand's in D position here. This is D4, right above middle C. We have an F sharp in this key. So third finger will be F sharp. This is exactly in the position of the D pentascale. So this is very easy. We'll write in the finger numbers here. First finger will be on D, third finger will be on F sharp, fifth finger will be on A. 1, 3, I'm just writing the fingers when they change. Just like that. Next line, 5, 4, 4, 2, 5, 4, 4, and 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. You can write as many or as little finger numbers as you need. And I just based that off of my position. I said, okay, well, here's an E. What finger's on E? Well, second finger's on E, and so on and so forth. This is pretty straightforward. Let's try playing it together. So I'm in middle D position. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take a look at example G. Example G, there is no sharps in the key signature. Let's take a look at the left hand here. We're in 4/4 time. And what do you notice? You might notice that again we're dealing with intervals. In this case, we're dealing with the interval of a fifth. These are a fifth apart. These are also a fifth apart, as are these and these. Okay, well that's nice. We know that fifths are easy because we just use fifth finger and our thumb, depending on where we are. Okay, and it stays in that nice 5-finger position where all of the fingers are resting on an adjacent key. So now we just have to determine what the notes are. In the beginning we have G and D. So I'm going to be in G position right here, right below middle C. And then it just shifts up a whole step to A on the third bar. Then it shifts back on the fifth bar to G. And it stays there. Really, really easy. Let's play the whole left hand. 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2. Now shift up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2. Shift back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I did not hold this note all the way to here, right? I cut it off. Why? Because I need time to shift to my next position. I did the same thing here. I gave myself time to shift. And I recommend shifting either on the third beat of the measure or the fourth beat of the measure. Now let's take a look at the right hand. Again, it's very intervallically structured. Let's see what the intervals are. It starts with a second, interval of a second, then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth, fourth, third, and second. So it really is just ascending and descending. Same thing happens here. Ascends and descends. So a second, third, fourth, fifth. This time, you're actually provided some finger numbers. So let's take a look. Our thumb is on G, second finger's on A. Second, third, fourth, fifth, fourth, third, second. So you're just really doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and each time you're playing with the thumb. And if you look here, it's exactly the same thing 3 times. This measure, these two measures are exactly the same as these two measures, which are also identical to these two measures. So the right hand doesn't change until the last 2 bars where it just plays G and B. Let's try the right hand by itself. So I'm in G position above middle C. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to shift up to A. That's the only thing that changes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I shift back down to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the last 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just look out for this shift over here to the A. Now, that's pretty easy because both hands are shifting at the same time and to the same notes. Both hands start in G position. On the 3rd bar, both hands shift to A. And on the 5th bar, both hands shift back down to G. Let's try playing hands together now. 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Both hands shift up to A. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Both hands shift back down to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And last but not least, we have example H on this page. It is written for the right hand. Time signature is 6/4 time, so this is a bit different. We have 5 beats in each, or 6 beats in each measure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you do have some dotted rhythms. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6 to look out for. Again, we want to determine the finger numbers. This one's a little bit trickier because it exceeds the interval of a fifth often. So in the beginning, we have A to E, which is just a fifth. So it makes perfect sense to start with 1 and 5. Then it goes to A C sharp, which is a third, so 1 and 3 makes sense. A and D, 1 and 4 makes sense. A and E, 1 and 5 makes sense. A and B, 1 and 2. A and D, 1 and 4. A and E, 1 and 5. However, now we're extending. This is a sixth. So we need to extend 1, 5. And then check this out. We actually go to A and G, which is actually the interval of a seventh. We're also going to use 1 and 5. And back to A and F, a sixth, 1 and 5. I've notated the stretches in green. Let's try just that measure. So this is the third measure. So I'm going to start on the A above middle C, thumb on A, 5th finger on E. That's the 5th. Then I'm going to stretch my 5th finger up to F. And then I'm going to stretch my 5th finger up to G. And then I'm going to move it back down to F, like that. Try that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. 1, 2, 3, 6. On the following measure, we have the 7th again, A to G, so that'll be 1 and 5. And then again we have A and F. 5th ring will come back down. And then finally we return back to our 5th, 1 and 5. So let's try that. So that's a 7th, A to G. And then we're going to come down to the 6th and then down to the 5th like that. The rhythm, though, will be this. 1 and 2 and 3. Try with me. 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. And 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 5, 6. Now we continue. C sharp E, that's still in E position, but C sharp is 3rd finger, E is 5th finger. So now this is going to be 3, 5. D and E will be 4, 5. B and E will be 2, 5. C sharp and E will be 3, 5. A and E will be 1, 5. And now we're going to stretch, but this time the bottom note is dropping. So we're going to stretch our thumb and not the 5th finger. 1, 5. And back to the 5th, A, E. 1, 5. Back to the 6th. 1, 5. B, E will be 2, 5. And A, E will be 1, 5. Let's take a look at the second line here. So we're in A position, 3rd finger's on C sharp. We have C sharp, 3rd finger. E is 5th finger. Then it goes to a 2nd, D and E, which is 4, 5. And then B and E, which is 2, 5. Then back to C sharp E, which is 3, 5. And then a 5th, 1, 5. Now we're going to stretch our thumb down to G and E. Then it returns back to A, E. Thumb goes back down to G. Then B, E is 2, 5 and back to 1. Let's try the rhythm for just the last measure because it is a bit tricky. Again, if we're counting, this is going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's try counting and playing that. So our thumb is on G, 5th finger on E, and we're going to have this 1 and 2 and 3. Try just that much. So thumb is on G, 2nd finger is ready on B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. That's the last measure, this tricky part. So now let's try the whole second system for the right hand. C sharp E, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stretch your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stretch your thumb. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to play this entire example for you. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Subdivide. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5. Second line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6. This concludes this video. I hope it helped, and I will see you in the next one.